Here we are again. It's been 18 months since Michael Silver took the reins of our club and, well, deeply entrenched in the relegation zone. He's been let go, and I don't know how I feel about it. Yeah, it's really, I'm involved with Everton for too long, so if I said that this is the first managerial sacking I've seen since supporting the club. That'll give you an idea of how long I've been fully supporting, being interested in Everton. And I wasn't surprised that he was sacked. I was surprised at how long it took. And personally, it wasn't until the loss to Norwich that I was firmly behind the Silver Out campaign. Because with Ronald Koeman, Sam Allardyce, Moisey, we had a lot of managers in the past 9 or 10 years. And the problem with having a lot of managers, the managerial merry-go-round, is that you have each manager wants to have a different sort of formation. I still prefer the 4-2-3-1 with playing Sigurdsson and Snyderlin, and he wanted to play his sort of brand of football, and he brought in players that he thought would be able to accomplish that. And maybe he just didn't bring in good enough players. Maybe 4-2-3-1 didn't work in the Premier League. But regardless, he's been ousted. And my biggest problem with sacking managers, especially in the situation that Everton are in right now, or that have been in for the past few years, is that we're going to have to then bring in a new manager who will want to play his own brand of football. And he may say, Luca Dean or Tom Davies isn't the sort of player. They're not the sort of players that we want at the club. Because like Moisey, if Moisey comes back, I hope he doesn't come back, but if he comes back, he might say, Tom Davies is not the sort of player we need in my preferred formation, so we'll let him go. And he'll try and bring in the players that he wants. But then, since you have to have those players gel together, it might take a few months, like it did last season, for them to actually start working together. And then that means that we'll have another bad run of form, and Moisey will be sacked, or whoever takes the managerial ranks after Ferguson with he's only interim manager. We don't know if Ferguson will be a permanent manager, basically. But I don't know. I think that regardless of the formation, we shouldn't be playing the way we were. And also, there's been elements of bad luck, because there was obviously the penalty against Brighton that still tortures me to this day. There was a penalty against Brighton, and then that cost us, I think, because while they did score a goal thanks to Luca Dean's own goal, I don't think that would have happened if they hadn't scored that goal from the penalty spot. And so we should have won that game, I think. Spurs, Dele Alli, that definitely should have been a penalty. I don't think Heung-min Son should have had his red card overturned, but Dele Alli's handball, no, he's under pressure. Well, if you have your hand in an unnatural position, it doesn't matter if you're under pressure or not. It should have been a handball and a penalty. And look, we may not have scored. I don't know if we had scored that one. We may not have had Cenk Tosun scoring in the 97th minute. But the point is that there have been some pretty pesky VAR calls against us. And if everything had gone our way, it would have been very different. We would have won 5 in a row, I think, because losing to Norwich is probably due to a lack of confidence. We'd barely beaten Southampton. We lost to Brighton. We drew with Spurs. And I think, if we hadn't have had that lack of confidence, we would have thrashed Norwich, I think. So that could have been 5 wins in a row, and then we may have felt confident enough to take it up against Leicester and get 6 wins in a row. So I don't think it was entirely Silver's fault. The players were not putting in. I think that the players were not playing to the best of their ability, and that was not just due to the formation. But I was really disappointed, like a lot of players, like a lot of supporters, with the management of Moise Keane. He's had 10 appearances, no goals. Most of us have been as subs, right? So 5-10 minutes on the field, not much chance to score a goal. I think it's maybe 2 starting appearances. And he may have only played, 90 minutes of football in those 10 appearances, but your confidence will be basically all gone by the time you've got 10 appearances if you haven't scored a goal, because you're not being played. So you must feel like you're not good enough. And that's, I think that's a confidence issue as well with Moise Kean. I think he's good enough. He showed that he could score 6 in 13 games in Syria, and those with Juventus, who had Ronaldo and Dybala. There's so many good players that were obviously better than Kean. So Kean has what it takes. He just needs to be given a chance, and he needs to be played in the correct position. Against Norwich, I finally had the realization that I was on the Silver out bandwagon. But I said to myself, I want him to be sacked. He needs to be sacked. But until he is sacked, I'm going to keep supporting him. I'm going to keep supporting Everton, and he is Everton's manager until Bill Kenwright and Farhad Moshiri say otherwise. Because there's no point in complaining about it, because the supporters have been making so much noise that it was evident that we were making no difference, because we've been making noise since pretty much the start of the season, and Kenwright had done nothing. So it was really their decision. It wasn't because of us. So I thought there's no use complaining, and yeah. Frank Lampard said some good comments about Everton, and I was pleasantly surprised by those. But yeah, he said it's always tough going to Everton. It'll be really tough because he predicts a bounce effect after sacking the manager. Got a big dunk Ferguson, so that could fire up the boys. I don't know what formation we'll be playing, because obviously Ferguson hasn't managed the first team yet. I don't think he'd stick to the 4-2-3-1. He might play a 4-3-3, which is sort of what I and a lot of other Evertonians are hoping for. Obviously, you have Luka Dean and Djibril Sidibe on the right, on the wide backs, so left back and right back. You'd have I think Yerry Mina and Holgate. I think Holgate deserves to start this match. You have them centre backs, and you'd probably have Tom Davies, maybe Sigurdsson. You'd have Bernard on the left mid, because I think he'll be back. Richarlison should play. I think Moise Kean should start as a centre forward, and I don't know. I don't know if I want Walcott starting, but I think that Walcott will probably be a bit better than Cenk Tosun would. Obviously Pickford needs to start. We're not going to play Stecklenburg. We're not playing. No, don't even talk about Stecklenburg. But it'll be tough. It's a home game, and I think that we have what it takes to be able to beat Chelsea. We beat them 2-0 last season at home, and that was when we played pretty poor football for the first half. But ultimately, it doesn't matter what I think. It matters what the players do and how the manager sets up the game. I don't follow Chelsea, so I don't know who their players are, who they'll be playing. But yeah, I'm just hoping for a good game. So yeah, hopefully we can be a win. But I'm thinking it'll be a 2-1 loss, and yeah, a bit further entrenched in the relegation zone. But ultimately, it's Chelsea, and it's December. It's not going to be the good. It's not going to be a good month for us, I don't think. And I've been brutally honest. I love to see us win the next 4 against United, Leicester, Chelsea, Arsenal. I don't see that happening. I think we can do it against Leicester at home in a cup quarter final to get semi-finals, but I don't think that we can that we'll be able to do it tonight. I'll be watching the game as always. Got it on my PC. It'll only be 8:30 p.m. so it'll be a pretty early game for any British people viewing the channel. Yeah, it'll be 8:30 p.m. tonight, so I'll be watching the game. I haven't given up. I have not given up, but I think that Lampard's men will be too strong for us. It'll be another defeat, but they have surprised me already with the 9 defeats, 4 wins, a draw. Yeah, that's not what Everton's about. So they definitely surprised me there, but it may surprise me again tonight. I don't know. But come on, you Blues, let's get the win, the big dunk.